Hey, uh, happy Memorial Day weekend. So, listen, Monique, Auntie Mo, had come out yesterday with a little statement about y'all wearing bonnets out at the airport and in public and headscarves and stuff like that. And so, quite naturally, with Bonnet Chronicles being one of my brands, y'all tag me. And to that, I say this. Um, Monique, when you talking, I'm be quiet. And when you gone, I'm be talking again. Listen, so here's the thing. Let me give y'all a little backstory. Monique and I, back in the day, were I would say we were very, very close. We knew each other's families. She knew my mom. My mom decorated her house. She so graciously put me on her show, The Parkers. We had a very nice, amicable relationship. Today, I don't feel that has changed just because we've gone our separate ways, in terms of she doing her thing, I'm doing mine. But I just actually saw her because I went to support her in Vegas. She had a residency in Vegas at the SLS Hotel. And I went down there to support her and see her do her stand-up. To me, the relationship is just like it was when we used to hang, except now we don't hang. I gave y'all the backstory because I don't want anybody to take this and make it seem like I'm coming at Monique, because that's not the case. I do, however, feel that we are allowed to have a difference of opinion in approach. Now, for me personally, I understood everything that she said and actually agree based on my upbringing. Like, my mama didn't play those type of games. Like, you wasn't going, before there was bonnets, there was, the sponge rollers. And back in the day in White Plains, Mount Vernon, you would see people walking around with the sponge rollers in their head. And my mother would be like, that's unacceptable. And so I was raised in a way where you don't come out the house looking like that. And even with Bonnet Chronicles, I be in the house. I wears the bonnet to bed. I be in the house, okay? I walk around in my robe in my home. I'm not outside in public like that. The thing that I'm saying is, Monique went on to say in her video that she felt like, have you lost your pride? Where is your pride of self and your dignity coming out of the house like that? And I know there are a lot of people who do feel like that is ghetto, right? For me personally, and that's how I'm going to approach this video that I'm doing, is that for me personally, I don't go out the house like that. When I'm in the airport, now I might not have no full face of makeup, but I got on a nice little unit with a baseball cap, and I'm dressed appropriately for travel. Now, I'm not suited and booted, but I'm also not in slippers and pajamas either. You know what I mean? It's just how I was raised. There is some thought to this conversation where we can't spend our time trying to convince other people of our way of thinking, because some people are just not going to get it. Equally so, you can't want more for somebody than they want for themselves. Equally so, I feel like let people do what they want to do, and I feel like her video came from a place of secondhand embarrassment. She's in the airport. She sees somebody walking through with the furry slippers, the pajama pants, and a bonnet with their blanket, they snuggie, because they trying to be comfortable on the plane because the seats is tight and they trying to get any comfortability that they can. And people are looking at this person. This how I envision it in my mind. I'm not saying this how it happened. People are looking at this person. the people that may be looking at this person with some type of disgust, annoyance, disdain, might not have been black. Which caused her then to say, or to think, now she know what they already think about us. Why she got to come out the house looking like that? Secondhand embarrassment. Here again, she ain't told me that's what happened. This is what I'm thinking. I'm trying to think through the situation, and I could be totally wrong, and I'm sure Monique will let me know. But that secondhand embarrassment is what caused her to make the video. And coming from a place of like, have pride in yourself, pride and dignity in yourself with your presentation. Why are you concerned with another person's presentation? Because you were embarrassed at how they were out looking outside, which has nothing to do with you. So from that standpoint, you got to mind your business. Like if somebody wants to be out there like that, now do we want it to go like that? No. People in my age bracket, I know for sure, don't want it to be like that. Would we like for people to carry themselves or their presentation differently in public? Of course, because here again, as I said, that's how I was raised. But if they don't want to do that, as long as they are not out here killing, robbing, stealing, shooting up places and all this other stuff, I personally feel like let people rock. And I can't be grouped into a generalization about black people just because this person is out here in a bonnet. Because if they come and talk to me, have a conversation with me, or they look at me, they see that we are not the same. We are not one and the same. And I'm not going to even disrespect the people who got their bonnet on. If people stop looking at the aesthetic of people and get to know people, just because they got a bonnet on don't mean they ghetto, that they're not educated, that they don't have a college degree, that they don't have a career in a certain field, that they are not articulate. But people are so concerned about what other people think that we end up in conversations like this. And here again, I'm not coming at Monique. I'm saying that we have a right to have a difference of opinion. You and I equally both want people to want more for themselves. You are trying to impart that opinion of yours onto other people who didn't ask for it. I'm coming from a standpoint of, as long as these people is not out here bothering anybody, and that's what they choose to do, then I, Tammy Roman, have got to mind my business, because there's a lot of other things that I need to concern myself with that actually have to do with me. And so if you, sister, want to be out here in the bonnet and the slippers and all that, that's on you. That's on you. I would hope that you would want to elevate your presentation. But if that's not what you want to do, that is on you, and I've got to mind my business. So those are my thoughts, because y'all was tagging me, because as soon as she said bonnet, everybody said, ooh, Tammy. And I came on the post and I said, I only wear my bonnet and my robe on the gram, and that's the truth. I don't go outside. I don't run to the gas station. I don't run to the little market. Now, I will say this. My daughter Jazz, if she's up in the house and she say, you know what, I want to go, she loves Slim Jims, right? And she said, I'm just going to run to the gas station to get me a Slim Jim. And she got that bonnet on already. She's going to the Shell gas station in that bonnet. Now, do I want my daughter to not leave the house like that? Absolutely. But she's grown, and if that's how she wants to represent herself, then I've got to mind my business, because that's a grown-ass woman. And you know, that's all I got to say about it. But because she got the bonnet on does not mean that she didn't go to college, does not mean that she's not articulate, does not mean that she doesn't have a career. It doesn't mean any of those things, because she does. Y'all watch the mix. Hey Jazz, hey Romeo, hey Zanique, hey Jamie, Anton. The mix. So you know, she's doing well for herself, and that bonnet is not indicative of who she is in her entirety. And that's why I'm saying sometimes we've got to mind our business. Let me get out of here. This video getting long about nothing. Okay, so that's what I had to say. And y'all know, like I said, Monique said she everybody auntie. She's my sis, because we are age appropriate, and our history goes back. Even though we haven't spoken in a long time, I have the utmost respect for her. It's just a moment where we can agree to disagree.